Oh, well, this is interesting. This is straight from the White House website. So, take it with a grain of salt or whatever. Let's go through this list real quick. All right, so self-described anti-fascist. You mean the factual representation of being anti-fascist, which is opposing a fascist regime. This line here is probably my favorite. Foundational American principles, for example, support for law enforcement and border control. Those are not foundational American things. Foundational American principles would be fuck your goddamn taxes, fuck your goddamn redcoats, fuck your goddamn tea. Red coats, red hats, red armbands. Seems to be a pattern. Huh. And they get into my second favorite part, which is common threads animating this violent conduct, including anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity, support for the overthrow of the United States government, extremism on migration, race, and gender, and hostility towards those who hold traditional American values on family, religion, and morality. So the first thing they talked about was anti-Americanism. No, we don't hate America. We hate the MAGA movement and the Republican government that has enabled all of this hatred and just atrocious things that are happening. And traditionally, we're kind of all finding out together that America is the bad place. We've been the bad guy for like really long time. And a lot of people are just now finding this out. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. I missed one. Had to go back and add it in. Anyway, we have anti-capitalism is on that list as well. Fuck capitalism. This shit don't work. We are in late stage capitalism right now. You have the top few, very few that are very wealthy. And the rest of us are paycheck to fucking paycheck, no matter how hard you work, no matter how much money you make. We are one bad day away from losing everything we have. Fuck capitalism. The other thing it talks about here is anti-Christianity. Well, we have what's called freedom of religion. You're allowed to practice whatever religion you want, even if it's not Christianity. So, get fucked. Then it goes on to support for the overthrow of the United States government. That is literally defined in the Constitution. We have the ability to do that. We have the right to do that as American citizens. Then it gets into extremism on migration, race, and gender. You're going to notice a pattern here on these next three, because extremism on migration, motherfucker, we are on a hurtling rock through space, bound by lines drawn on a map by some dead guy. We just want equal human rights for everybody. Extremism on race. Who fucking cares what color you are? We want equal rights for everybody. Extremism on gender. I'll bet you can't guess what I'm going to say. We just want equal human rights for everybody. Let people live their lives how they want to live their lives. Let people be themselves. Then it gets into hostility towards those who hold traditional American views on family, religion, and morality. I don't believe that anybody should use the phrase traditional American views on anything, ever, in a positive way. Because traditional American views in what way? Are we talking about the 2000s to now, to where families are ripped apart because of politics, because somebody wants to worship a president, or kids getting kicked out of families because they're LGBTQ, or believe in human rights, whatever? Is it the rampant police brutality, the racial discrimination, or the stripping away of women's rights? Is that the traditional you're getting into? You want to go farther back? Talk about the 1900s, where racism, domestic violence, all sorts of shit like that was running rampant. It was so common that it was accepted. Men would go home, get a glass of whiskey, and beat the fuck out of their wives for not having dinner done right. Is that the traditional you're talking about? Of course it is. You're fucking MAGA. Of course. Anyway. Or you talk about like in the 1800s with fucking slavery and everything else.